give it a look. Live on Twitch. And what about YouTube? So like I said, I got a little bit right. On YouTube, specifically. That seems kind of odd. Let's open up the actual page here and see how it looks. Get that audio out of here. It looks fine. I don't know what YouTube's whining about. I've seen worse. I stream Lamsur making games or something. I might be. I think it'd be more accurate to say I'm making game and not games. Wow, does Discord prioritize the YouTube stream now? That's funny. Alright. Couple more things here. That's the wrong copy link. That's what I wanted. Not what I said. I love when the cursor doesn't go where it should. It's pretty cool. Need to post to the place is. Which game is this? You'll find out in a moment. Just hold your horses, partner. Had a burp. It wasn't a very loud burp, so it wasn't that interesting on stream. Post that there, and hit the mic. Sorry. There we go. Okay. Now I can close the site formerly known as Twitter, because it is a resource hog. Okay. Now it's time to show you what this game is. And it is some sort of, yeah, Gravity Circuit. I love Gravity Circuit, man. It's such a good game. There's a FPS thing I'm making. This scene is, it might look kind of gross. I I think it looks kind of gross. This scene is like just very experimental, just like trying out a bunch of stuff to see how it looks. I do want to go for some kind of retro aesthetic with this, and sometimes I get in the mindset of going a little extreme with the retro aesthetic, like, oh, these great, nice lighting models that modern engines provide. No, not doing that. I'm gonna go completely against that. Any kind of realistic lighting model that's not what the PlayStation or N64 could do. They could do just really basic lighting, and so that's kind of what I'm going for here in this scene at the moment. So I've got, I think I've got like a, yeah, I've got like a directional light that's just, it doesn't really look like a directional light because I have the fog sort of masking how far it extends. But it is a directional light, and not like a point light. And I'll probably, I mean, the plan is to have the game mostly set indoors, so I can kind of get away with not super realistic lighting or anything and have it look okay. So like I got a directional light here that's providing most of the light you see here, and then I also have another directional light attached to the player, rotates with the player, so you can see the faces of the model sort of light up more depending on where I'm looking, which is not a super realistic thing or anything, but I think it's good for gameplay, at least, because it helps you better be like, okay, that's the edge of that, because the lighting is changing, and I can see that. And, I also have projectiles, so that's neat. Oh, they get affected by the fog. I didn't realize that. That's fine. It's just weird seeing the light kind of fade. These have lights attached. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that. I kind of want to, but it's not like super authentic to like PS1 or N64. I mean, like there are ways you could achieve this kind of effect on N64. Like there's been demonstrations of it, but I don't think you could realistically get away with, you know, that many light sources doing point lights per pixel. N64 didn't even have per pixel lighting; it had vertex lighting. So it's a whole thing. Anyway, I've got yeah, dude, the PS1 port of Doom is like so interesting. Yeah, I've got the movement here, kind of basic. I've mostly put time into air movement, actually. You can see I can sort of like control my trajectory in the air, kinda. Not like super effectively, but enough to where you can do some funny sort of air turning stuff. And then also you can just sort of let your trajectory ride if you want. Whereas on the ground, you can see them like snapping to whatever direction I'm pressing, which I'm using mouse and keyboard right here, so it's really snapping to the direction. I kind of want to change that, although I think what I'll do is more like, just like if it's a really sharp angle, then you sort of have to adjust. But I don't know. I also have a button to place a force on my character. I wanted to experiment with You want to have like environment forces pushing the character around. And it's kind of working, but mostly in the end. And also, for some reason, it's not affecting my Y velocity. I don't know why. Maybe we'll find that out today. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I need to Alt F4. I had that bound to Alt, which is why I got pushed around as I'm closing the game. But that's fun. Alright, so... Oh yeah, and I have a funny dithering shader on the viewport here. For some reasons, yeah. I mean, it's what it is. Like, I don't know why, but there's probably some kind of reason for it. Let me zoom in here. As this comment in the shader code suggests, most of this dithering stuff was, basically all the dithering stuff was stolen from page. Yep. Use tons. Yeah, I often don't like credit a ton of stuff because typically what happens is I look at something and go, that's kind of like what I want, but not exactly. So then I make it myself using the other thing as sort of a reference, like, okay, that's like a rough idea of how to do this. Now I gotta figure out how to make it work the way I want. I'll still like credit it if like I actually used at least some of the code and just modified it a bit, but yeah, that's generally what tends to happen. So it's got the whole thing. I think I did have to modify this a little bit to get the color depth I wanted. Because this is just like, it's like N64 PS1 dithering. It's 15-bit RGB instead of 24-bit RGB. So yeah, it's just like the next step down, basically. And of course I am rendering it at a low resolution. I'm actually rendering it at 384 by 240, which is a 1610 resolution. And I'm doing that because I feel like it. Cry about it. It also means like if I want to just be stupid and be like, yeah, I really want to support putting this on a CRT and playing it like that, then that's going to make it much easier to actually support a 4:3 resolution because I'm already not using something quite as wide as 16:9. But it's not going to be priority, just to make that clear. Not a priority. Anyway, let's get going to the meat of the issue. Let's actually open up this scene here, because now it's being rendered in high resolution, which is great. Yeah, I have normal maps on these textures here, which probably won't stay if I really want to go super authentic to the style, but let's see. Slopes are working. I didn't have to do anything because Godot's character body physics are pretty solid in this regard at this point. Don't have to do much. You do go up slopes slower than going down, which is realistic, I guess. But for gameplay, I often like to have you go up slopes the same speed as, like, you know. I don't like that happening. Because I don't like the idea of, oh, I need to go fast. I have to jump over the slope, which defeats part of the purpose of the slope. I don't like that. I want it to keep the flow going. That's why the slope is there. Aside from also just looking nicer than blocks. That's the other reason. So yeah. Something I want to do, actually, is I want to support a staircase. I want to try to get like a functioning staircase type thing going. Might do that today, might not. We'll just see. Let's go into the player script and let's shrink that down, do that. And let's also keep that. Quit printing velocity. And I'm going to just put a pass here, just for the sake of not destroying everything. I feel like commenting out the whole thing. Just double check that it's no longer spamming the console now. Thank you. Okay. So I think first thing we're gonna do is try to fix up ground movement. Because movement is important. I want good movement. That's really important. If I don't have good movement, not good game. That's what it is. In my opinion. Don't hit me. Okay, so let's. I got a print speed here. Pong has yeah, if you have like the original, if you have like an actual knob for the paddle, that's actually like one of the greatest movement systems in all of the gaming, because you just hit and you're where you want to be. It's just so smooth and responsive. Modern games, they can't do it. They don't understand. We're gonna add a short turn angle constant, and that's going to be we'll say like 120 degrees. I should probably label these degrees and degrees. Digress? Degrees. That's what I want. And oh yeah, I actually am kind of doing something similar. Like Mario 64, they got a lot of things right. Honestly, they figured some stuff out. One of the things they figured out was you want Mario to move in the direction he's facing with like proper speed conservation and stuff on the ground. So you just have like a single float for speed, and then you multiply that by the direction Mario's facing. Great, wonderful. In the air though, that's obnoxious and bad. And if you want to know how obnoxious and bad it is, try doing anything interesting in the air in Mario 64, and then try doing that in Mario 64 DS, and you'll see how that ends up. Not well. So I'm taking a kind of similar approach here, which might change. I don't know. But we'll find out. We'll find out. Let's see here. I probably will want to just like let's try doing I'm just gonna copy all this. I want to really quickly test what it would be like to just do this. And play. Just doing the same air movement stuff that we're doing. Oh. Well then. You know, I'm using the air speed stuff. It's really part of it. Let's try that again. And still. Oh. That's not correct. Not correct. Bad. Not good. Okay, so what is the issue here? Why is this bad? Why is this not working? It's a good question. And is doing T equals HP plus free up times VV plus outside force. Okay, so theoretically this should just work. Smacked the diffuse paper I'm using for my light. Let's try it. If not input direction, then wait a minute. Have I been gaining speed in the air? I think I have. I think I have been gaining speed, just very slowly, while in the air. Let's find out. Uh-oh. Now I'm moving backwards when I stop. I think what I'm doing is what's happening is I'm not actually, like, moving the velocity towards 0, which is what I should be doing, and I'm not. Instead of what I'm doing is I'm just going, okay, keep pushing in the opposite direction, and then it keeps going even after reach 0, which is a problem. So to fix that, what I'm going to do is HV equals HV dot move toward vector 3 dot 0. And we'll say from deceleration times delta. And let's see how that pans out. Would you look at that? It works. So yeah, I wanna bump up the ground acceleration, and ooh, I don't know if you noticed that, the like sort of sliding. Ooh yeah, that's gross. I don't like that. I could see this being like a neat little trick to like sort of weave in and out of attacks while still like kind of approaching easier, but I think this would just get more annoying than anything else for most people. So let's not do that. I think I need to be doing it like just always. And that's going to sort of cap my top speed a little bit. Or rather, it's going to make my acceleration slower. But what it will do is it'll make it so that it'll make it so that I actually stop. Like, I stop moving forward if I'm not holding more forward, which is what I want. So then let's bump up the ground acceleration to, let's just say 64. See if that's a good number. Double what it was before. And, yeah, I think I like that. It gives it enough, it feels reasonably snappy, and it also does still kind of feel like your character actually has some inertia. So yeah, I like that. I think that's good. And also I need to do this and maybe in fact, I should probably also statement. Yeah, I'm starting to really like how this is feeling. Reasonably snappy, but still with some inertia and momentum. I could see myself dodging and weaving some complex attack patterns with this, which is what I like. It's still weird how it's like sort of moving along the stuff. That's fine. That's fine. Probably do a 0.25 on this. I say it's fine, and then I immediately start messing around with it. It's just what I do. Can't help it. Cool. I'm gonna call that fine for now. Fine for now. And commit this change. Updated player movement to be more gooder. Yes, that is actually the name of the commit I just pushed to the private GitHub repository that only has me in it. So does it really matter that much right now? No. But don't make good commit names. I think that's a good idea. Just I just think it's fun. You spent so much time on the boomerang, and then the tester is just like, I'm gonna assume that's unfinished. That's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt a lot. Oh, yeah, it's rough. That's game development for you, though, isn't it? Just never-ending struggle. I will be right back. We need to unfold it like the toilet. Okay, I'm back. Back at gaming. Welcome to gaming. Now we're going to do something. What that something is, I'm not entirely sure at the moment. I'm gonna be real with you. So I've got like basic player movement, more or less how I want. So that's neat. Suppose why not try adding in like a spread shot? I kind of like that idea because I think that is something I want to do. So I want to see how simple it would be for me to do that. I can actually show sort of how I've got the player set up here. So there's that directional light on the player. That's neat. I also have like a spotlight. That's trying to see like, oh, maybe this could be useful for like a flashlight. It doesn't look great. That might be this one, honestly. I might do that here. I might just do that for this game. Just kind of go wild. I might do that for Virtual Blade, actually. Now that I really think about it, that's probably how Virtual Blade's gonna end up. I'm gonna add like a bunch of different moves and upgrades and stuff. Probably most of them are gonna be like secret and hard to get because I didn't have any other place to put them because I didn't have enough levels or enough like secret areas and levels. And then just like, oh yeah, you got like a 0.5% chance to get it from this guy over here. If you get it, then fun, great. I'll definitely add a luck mode if I do that, because luck modes are good. Here's a pro tip to any Metroidvania devs. If you're gonna have a luck stat, make it useful. Give me ways to increase it. Give me ways to specialize in luck builds. And add a luck mode. Make it so I have to beat the game first. Make it so I have to get the best ending first. That's fine. Let me have one. That's all I ask. If I put in a funny little name at the character, the name input screen, then just start my luck at 100 or something. I don't know. It's not that difficult to put in, probably, depending on how you set up your systems. Probably not. There you go. Anyway, let's get back into the gaming. So, right now, I got the shoot position coming from the gun here, which is not a Mega Buster. Don't see, like, if you tilt your head, it's clearly like a clay pot that I painted. Not a Mega Buster. Do not call me out for having derivative designs. I'll change it at some point, okay? Anyway. So then I've also got a target position over here. And so then the way I tell what direction the shot needs to go is I just subtract the position of the oh, I subtract the position of the head. That's wrong. Let's fix this. There we go, that's more correct. I was wondering why my shots were like kind of off-center. That was why. There you go. It's great, figured it out. Anyway. I subtract the initial shot position from the target position, and then I normalize that vector, and then that's the velocity, and then I could multiply it to set the speed. And there you go. It's pretty cool, pretty great, easy trick. If you wanna dictate what direction something needs to move in 3D space, just subtract the positions from each other. And there you go. Find the difference between the positions, and you found the vector. Good job. Congratulations. You should give yourself a medal. And there you go. That's what I'm doing. So then, let's just quickly make a we're gonna make a new function. It's gonna be like spread shot. It's basically just going to call this function a few times, and before I do that, we're going to say target. No, hit the wrong key. Target position, which is a vector 3. And it's going to be position, and we're going to go to the shoot call, and we're going to put that there. Probably put global target position, just to make it clear that this needs to be global coordinates. I'm going to say function h spread shot. Well, we'll just do hv shot. Projectiles. Int. And then spread float. We're going to clamp. We're not going to clamp it. We're just going to say if projectiles is less than. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to worry about dictating stuff like that right now. Let's just get a function that does something. I'm just going to say for I and range projectiles -1. I'm going to do let's see. Pass this for now. We're gonna make a new variable. Angle distance. It's gonna be Give me a float, and it's going to equal projectiles. Give me 360 divided by projectiles as a float. Projectiles minus 1 as a float. If I don't ensure the variable, if I don't ensure projectiles is at least 1, then this could cause an error. That would be dividing by 0. If I don't make sure it's at least 2 actually, then it's going to have to divide by 0 error. So I need to make sure that's not a problem. And 4 is fine for a spread shot, I think. So there you go. Yeah. I'll probably do like one where it's like for 3 projectiles, it's just them all going off center. And then after that, it's just like you got 1 in the center and then the rest split off. I think that's what I'll do. This should give me a correct value. We're gonna find out. Probably make this into radian. Yeah, I should. So degrees to radians. And then we're going to say for ion range, blah, blah, blah. We're going to say, I'm not going to get rid of the pass just yet, just because I don't feel like it. What are we doing? We're gonna brains have a brain problem. It's a brain problem. That's what it is. I'm gonna say it's like we just do oh man. First I need to get the view vector. Not the view vector exactly, but the gun vector. That's what it needs to be. I'll make these not get node references later. Don't yell at me. Okay, needs to be normalized as well. Hello, Kenzo. How's it going? Just trying to wrap my brain around 3D vector map. Yeah. Not good at it, because that stuff, barely learned it, and went in one ear out the other. And now I'm paying the price by trying to make a 3D game. I'm using GD script. I'm using the Godot engine. Here's a pro tip to anyone who wants to make a 3D video game. Learn your algebra, learn your geometry, maybe even take calculus. It could help. It will help, because you'll actually understand what you're doing, instead of just being like, this, I went on Google, this seems to work. Alright, anyway, let's get open here. We'll say, I have no idea. My brain is off. My brain's broken. I don't have my meds. That's part of the problem. Okay, let's get something. Active rate brain broad. That's the level we're on. We're gonna do let's see here. First we're gonna do I'm just having a really hard time thinking of what I gotta do for this. You know it'd be a really good idea? I know it'd be a really good idea. And by really good, I mean, it could be really good, it could also be really stupid. AI Python programming? You mean like, programming AI in Python, or do you mean like using AI to program in Python? Because as far as like generative AI for making programs, it's kind of like in my opinion. You can sort of slide your way through a decent bit, but without like actually understanding why that code is doing what it's doing, you are just stuck at the mercy of that AI. That is like if that AI is gone, you don't know what you're doing anymore. So it's not a good, if that's how you want to get started, you know, it's like fine, I guess, but if you have to rely on it, then you're probably not going to get very far with it. Probably. Don't take that from me though. I don't use it. I'm not gotten very far with my career in programming or game development. It's not even a career yet. So take it with a grain of salt. Let's see here. So, oh, this is gonna be assy. Okay, here's what I can do. Let's take this shot position. We're gonna duplicate it, and then we're going to Move it out like so. Do that to here. I'm going to that's a local position. That's why like that. Let's try and move this in as close as we can. It's fine. And it's also going up, which is something I didn't really realize, but it makes sense. And that's fine, we can account for that. Because what I'm going to do is, we're going to basically do that. And here's the real check to see, okay, no. Wait. Because I messed up. See that? See that? Here we go. See, I figured it out. I've cracked the code. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the spread distance. That's what's going to dictate how far this thing is from the position. And then we'll rotate the base point here around to get the more correct positions. And then sort of modify those with how they're supposed to line up with this thing over here, and then bada bing, bada boom. We should have something kind of usable. I hope. We'll find out. Yeah. So let's do 0 dot rotation equals vector 3 dot 0. Just assert that there's no rotation there. It's not really an assertion, but whatever. You get what I'm saying. Words are weird. Then we're going to say that the local position of T1 will be equal to the local position of 0 plus vector 3 at times spread. And then from there, what we can do is Rotation. Be rotating the z-axis. Angle distance times I. Should probably check. Probably do like a, let's just do non-shooter game. So true. Look at from position. What do you do? Look at target. Actually want to do that on the shot pose. I also want to set this rotation to 0 prior to anything else. Probably. That just feels right to me. I don't know. No. We can do shoot. One global position. And then lastly, wait a second. I just had a brain blast. Big brain blast. I had a Boolean value for center projectile. And then if center projectile, then we're going to do shoot. The normal argument. Wherever I put it. Over here. Really need to make this cleaner. But we'll do that later. Okay? This is important. I'm going to comment that out. I'm going to put HV spread shot. Horizontal and vertical spread shot. That's what it is. I should probably just call it spread shot. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. We'll do a funny 4 projectiles. The spread is 1.0. Well, we'll do 2.0 just to make it more interesting. Center projectile true. And let's see how it turned out. That's how it turned out. Okay. Can't convert our argument 1 from object to vector 3. Oh. That's why. That kind of works. Honestly, it's working a lot better than I expected. Clearly the spread value is too low though. Let's bump that up. We're gonna do 16. We're gonna see if that's too much. I would say that is not too much. That is a very reasonable spread value. I mean, the point is, like, it deals really high damage up close. And otherwise, it's not quite as good, but, you know, you can still hit a lot of stuff at once with it. And that's kind of what matters at the end of the day. And it seems like the rotation is working pretty well, too. Nothing, like, really jumping out at me is like, oh, that's wrong. It does look kind of, like, off-kilter from the front, but that's just because of goals being kind of wacky. Not, like, straight from the center of the screen or anything. That's fine. That's good even. I'm kind of impressed with myself. Did a pretty good job on that. So let's try like this one, because this is kind of the idea I had in my head. Oh, well that one's wrong. It's really wrong, in fact. Why is the... You can see what this is supposed to look like, right? There's something missing here. Why is that? Let's open up the calculator, alright? Just double check. 360 divided by 3. 120. So, what happened to that third projectile? Forgot Windows had a calculator built in? What have you been using? What have you been doing? You've just been trying to do math in your head? Why? You haven't even been going to like a website and be like, oh, let's go to Google Calculator or something. It's just like, oh man. What's 470 divided by 23.68? Probably has the reason the boomerang took so long. Yeah, that would be a problem, wouldn't it? Okay. Let's see here. So okay, we're gonna double check here. This breakpoint should be reached 3 times. It should be reached 3 times. Will it be reached 3 times? That's the question. 1, 2, 3. Oh, so let's. So where's the third one? Wait. What's going on here? Okay. Let's see. Pause with F7? Theoretically? No, I can't. That's sad. I wanted to pause with F7. I got it. I paused it. I paused it correctly. We're good. Now I can check. Okay, we're gonna go to remote. This is what we call skillful debugging. It's what I call skillful debugging. No one else calls it that. Huh. Release projectile. We got another one. Ah. So we found it. 2 of these are using the exact same position, which is what I assumed. But why? Why? How about we try doing I plus 1? I'm just curious. Oh, that's... Oh, wait. You know what? This needs to be grouped. Yeah, it's still doing a thing. I did at least see the other projectile, though. When it was like this. It's really silly. This would be the dumbest spread shot in any video game. Something like that. It's the T shot. Probably a chip in Battle Network. It looks like a T with the attack pattern. Shout out to my Battle Network fans in the audience. If there's any in the audience. I still need to play. Alright. Let's find out what we're doing wrong. Okay, the curious thing though is the fact that let's turn off the center projectile again. So with 3 we only get 2 projectiles, which is wrong. With 4 we get 4 projectiles. So what's the deal? Big Battle Network fan? Congratulations, you win nothing, because I don't have anything to give. Sorry. Why is it doing... 4 projectiles when I set it to 4, like it should, but then only... It's like having trouble figuring out where the... I guess the 3rd projectile would go. Let's just have it print angle distance times I. Time it does this. Let's see if that gives us any clue. Let's make it degrees instead of radians because radians are bad. Fight me. There actually is, I think there actually is a useful reason to use radians in like computer software. That being the fact that floating point values are more accurate the closer they are to 0. So degrees, like represented by floating point values, are inherently less accurate. I did that wrong. Add to deg, not deg to rab. 0, 120, 240. So what's the issue? Yeah, the first and last are using the same they're using the same trajectory, which is, I figured it out. Why am I multiplying this value? Why am I multiplying this value? I don't need to do that. See, look at that. It works. Why was I multiplying the value? Didn't need to do it. Anyways, now the spread shot works. That does pose the question, why was it working when I did 4? I guess just the neat angles of it just kind of worked out. That's really odd. That's really odd. I don't know. Whatever. Let's not complain any further. Let's try 5. 5 projectiles. Get a pentagon. And then do 6, you get a hexagon, theoretically. Look at that. Look at that beautiful hexagon. You know, we can go even more beautiful. We can do an octagon. Yeah. Isn't that beautiful? That's what the bullet spread is like on TF2 if you turn off random bullet spread. And you should, because it's one of the stupidest mechanics in the game. Does feel like they're tilting up too much, but I can't. Let's not move the mouse. I think it's probably fine. Yeah. I think it's fine. It's just fun, just spamming tons of bullets. I think it's fun. There we go, we did a spread shot. It's pretty cool. I am going to put it back to 3 with the projectile enabled. Because that's what I would want it to start out as, more or less. I think I'd also like to be able to control sort of the shape of the spread, like have it sort of squashed down, kind of. So it's more horizontal than vertical, or vice versa, you know. Just depending on what I want to do with it. But for now, this is a good base. We've got a spread shot that works. And we've got crosscode music, which is also great. And of course, I am going to have I'm going to implement like upgrades and stuff. Lets you turn down the spread of the spread shot, so you can just be absurd at longer ranges at the cost of your soul, maybe? I don't know. Probably not. But it would come with a price. You can't just be ultimate spread shot for free. You gotta pay up, partner. Let's try, not 112, 12. Let's try 12 real quick. I think that might also be... I think I'm gonna keep it at 16 to start. This is going to be pretty effective at close range, not so much at long range, even mid-range. It could be neat as crowd control, but that'd be about it. I'm curious. do 2. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Do a line. It's great. But also I can just kind of make a separate function for like a line spread shot. Anyway, let's oh, you know what? Something else I want to do. I think I want to actually bring this back slightly. Just to make the spread a little more pronounced. Sort of like the way it does that. Something. I don't know. Wonderful. Also really bright. Look at that. Okay, cool. I am going to commit this as a spread shot is possible now. Colon parentheses. And whenever I eventually start working with other people, they're gonna hate the fact that I do that kind of stuff. I'm not overexposed now. I'm gonna fix that. It's a problem, right? Don't be overexposed. So now I'm getting a little more light from elsewhere. So now the camera is adjusting. So it's like, oh, there's more light in the scene. Time to not be stupid. And I need water. Too thirsty. Drinking water makes me thirsty. So it's a problem. Be back. Okay, I'm back. Back at gaming. Got hydration drink. Got hydration drink, and we got gaming. We got Jazzio_VT, who's been lurking as he sets up GZ Doom to run in VR. Jazzio, why are you doing that? Gonna play VR Doom? Is that what the kids are doing these days? What am I doing next? Can't really think of what to do next, honestly. As far as the player goes. This is really basic, but this is like all I really need for the just the basic sort of idea of what the game might be. For now. Oh, that's right. I wanted to make stairs work. We should do that. We should try to get working stairs. I like the idea of working stairs. Okay, so I am using a cylinder collision shape for collisions. If you frequent the Godot docks, or you just have done a lot of low-level stuff, or lower-level stuff, I should say, like designing your own collision systems, you might be aware that the capsule collider shape is actually faster to check collisions with than the cylinder or the box. So I am losing out a little bit of performance by doing that, but at the same time, will that matter? I don't think so. I'm going to be really real with you. I don't think that's going to make a difference. I like the cylinder collision shape for just, I'm on the ledge, I'm on the ledge, I'm on the ledge. Now I'm not. I like that. I don't like gliding off a ledge. Not a fan of that. For what I'm trying to... So I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to use capsule collision shape. I probably will use it on enemies. I'll use sphere or capsule. But that's fine because I don't need them to be super precise or anything. I just need them to do good. So yeah. There's that. Let's get... We're gonna go... I really... You know what? Before we do the stairs, we're gonna implement a system so that I can pause the game, I can exit the map, I can load in a different map. I don't have to worry about it. I have to keep switching out scenes here as I'm testing, because that's obnoxious. Do you know how obnoxious that is? It's really obnoxious. why it was one of the first things I implemented in the Virtual Blade rewrite. I say one of, like, 15 or 20 things down the line, but still. Anyway, let's make a... Okay, first let's get rid of these. Let's make a new folder. Maps. Rather, we'll call them... game areas. And then you can also do test maps. Put these in here. Wonderful, fantastic, great. I love it. And also, let's change this so that it actually says test map 1 instead of test map 0, because that's confusing. Anyway. Okay. Let's make... We'll just do... No, I'm gonna add. I'm gonna make it soon. Level select. Story select. We'll add a child node. Add a H box, no, B box container. I want to look that again. Container, box container, we got those. Ooh, that's neat. Let's do a TED container first. Make it a full rec. Name. And also test maps. We can change the type. Probably what we need to do for these. Probably need to be scroll container. And VBox container. Let's just not even do the tab container. This is silly. It's kind of silly when I think about it. Correct. List. I'm gonna save. And some people might think, oh, I'm just gonna start adding buttons for things. No. No. Bad. Don't do that. There's a better way. It's not a terrible way if you want to provide a curated list of buttons for the player. But for testing, and you just want to be able to access any map you have in the game, we're going to do something better. And to do that, we need to add a script. Add level select GD. So what I'm going to do is I think I want to have this kind of limited to more of like a vertical center type deal. Oh, it's not important. Okay. First, we need to get a list of the maps in the game. So we're going to say, we'll do this in global, actually. I'm going to say var list. That is going to be an array of strings. Then this is going to annoy everyone. Okay. Then we're going to make a new function. Get map list. It's going to return void. I should call this initialize map list. Init map list. Return void. And just for consistency's sake, I'm going to do that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to say var map in maps directory. Actually, we're just going to call it dirt. Access.open res / scene / game areas. We're going to say map list equals directory dot no, we're gonna do map list nothing, and then not nothing technically, an empty and array, empty array. Actually, we can do a dot clear. That is a void function, right? Yes. I'm gonna say you know what? No, map list does equal directory dot get files. And then we're just going to double check for map list size. I'm not like directly referencing the strings because I want the index. At least I think that's a good idea. Someone can probably correct me on that if they wanted to. But until they do, I'm going to assume this is a good idea. So, cry about it. I'm going to say if map list list I ends with be seen or soon, because you know, that's a valid file type. Actually, we can just do this. This would be nicer. And then app list. Oh, you know what? We do want to make. We're gonna make a temporary array. Because if I try to delete elements of an array in a loop like this, I think that's going to be pretty bad. I don't think that's going to be good. It'd probably be fine if I iterated from the back. But I just don't like that. You know? Not something I want to do. So And I can actually just do... Is this local? Okay, cool. Okay, cool. We got it. I got it. So, just maps. And we'll just print the map list to be sure we got it. Didn't do anything because we're not calling the function. That's kind of an important thing to do when you want to see if a function works. You actually need to have it called somewhere in your script. It doesn't work. Why not? Hex string array. That's why. It gives me a hex string array. And not a, you know. Here, we got it. You can... Over there. It's tiny, but it's there. And I'm losing light. Now my face is getting overexposed. Gotta bring out the big gun. I'd rather my face just be improperly lit than be overexposed. That's what I'm doing here. So that's the deal. Anyway, we got that. Cool. Wonderful. Now, we can do... I'm going to take this out of ready. And I'm going to instead just have this call it. I'm going to have anything that needs to access the map list to just have it rebuild the map list its own. Because then I can be certain that it'll actually work. It would be really slow, probably, to try to do that like every frame, but I don't need to do that. I only need to do this like once or twice ever when running the game. I just want to be sure that it's actually doing it. Actually, like, getting what it's supposed to. That's all I'm trying to do here. Global... Did I do G? I don't remember. Do I reference this anywhere? GL. How did I do that? Graphics language? How tough this is. Global. Alright, map list. And then once we do that, we can we shouldn't need a process function here. Let's make a function struct list UI void pass. I'm also going to need to do a sort of function request change map. Map name. Here's the map ID. And just do an integer. Because then I can just go, hey, that index of the map list. The lookup table. It's great. It's wonderful. I love it. I love lookup tables. Everyone should love lookup tables because whether you know it or not, you're interacting with them all the time. We're going to do... We got GZ Doom and VR to work. Congratulations. I'm trying to make a level select thing. We're gonna do... What am I doing? Put this... Do this. And also we say if self dot has children, yeah. Get child count, get child count. If get child count, then for child and get children, we will child.queue free. So get rid of them. We don't need them, probably. This might cause some problems. At some point, maybe? We'll find out. Get Discord people to hear the audio without seeing two eyes at the same time. That's epic. I hate seeing two eyes at the same time. Okay. Let's do... For I in range, gl dot map list dot size bar button equals button. I think button dot new is what I'm after. We're gonna double check because I'm not confident in the answer. Just have... $300. I think that's good. Yeah. And this is more or less what I... Got a beautiful button. Look at that beautiful text. It looks so gross on the preview here, but when it's actually rendered like this, it's nice and smooth. That's neat. Thank you, Godot. You didn't used to do that, I think. I think there was a time you didn't used to do that, but now you do. Thank you. Appreciate it. Get this guy out of here. Actually, we can leave it. It won't be a problem. Just realized. I should get rid of it. But it won't be a problem. There's a button.text equals map list I dot button pressed dot pressed dot connect request change map dot bind bind, and then to bind I. And then we're going to send it off into the world. We're going to say list.add. Oh, wait a second. I just realized. I almost made a huge mistake. And I almost made an even bigger mistake. Actually, not as big. But still. Just go. Let's just check that out. Also have this print map ID. We got it. It's good. It's functional. I like it. Great, wonderful. Okay, now my mouse is free. That's fantastic. I love that. It's very cool. We can also do I'm gonna put canvas layer on the player and a label. Actually, first we'll color it. Gonna be transparent. That's gonna be correct. This label is gonna say paused. It's also going to have a button. I should make this its own scene. I'll do that. Let's fix that up. There we go. Wonderful. Good and great. Let's delete this. Install this pause menu. I'm going to save this as a scene. I really should just import my, not entirely, but like the system I did for menus for Virtual Blade, where I had like, it just sort of kept track of what menus were doing what, which is really good, actually. Knowing what your menus are doing, pretty good. I like knowing what my menus are doing. I probably want to do something kind of like that, but you know, different, because I want mouse input with these menus, and I don't have mouse input with the Virtual Blade menus. It's all keyboard or gamepad. Nothing else. You don't got arrow keys, you don't got a D-pad, you're out of luck. That'll change, but I need to support analog sticks. Otherwise people are gonna get real upset. I'll get upset if I ever have to play my own game with a Switch Pro controller. You don't have to use that horrible D-pad. And it is horrible. You cannot convince me otherwise. Anyway. I think for now, just as a test, I will put it on the player. Because I can. Hangouts, pause menu. Do physics process because I want it to be tied with physics ticks. And if you think that's silly, that's your problem. I'm not so antagonistic this stream. I really don't need to be. Anyway. Anyway. Oh man, dude. Eyes. Hey, get more sleep. I wanted to stay asleep for longer, but I didn't. So that's fun. Anyway. Eyelash stuck in my eye or something. Happens all the time. I hate it. Okay. If input is action just pressed, pause. get tree paused equals not get tree paused. And you set global to always. You know what? I've changed my mind. This is not going on a player. It's silly. It's silly and wrong and bad. This is going on the main scene. Pause menu here. I'm going to set the process mode to always. And there you go. Now I am gonna put it on player. I'm so flaky about this, dude. What am I doing? It's not even gonna work on the player if I put it on the player. We're gonna find out. Let's check it out, huh? Let's just see if it works. Have to be in a scene for it to work. That would help. Okay. It works, I guess. That's cool. I got nothing else. It's neat. It works. I guess it's because it's the topmost UI. So it just doesn't have anything to try to intercept or interrupt whatever it's doing. I do need to put this control back on. Yeah. Oh, would you look at that? Beautiful. Oh, that beautiful sky dither. Isn't it great? Okay. Let's see. Seems it's not doing much of anything. Okay, so it does not work on the player. I can hover over the buttons. It'll show that I'm hovering over the buttons, but I can't actually click on them. So I do need to put this in the main scene. Means I also get the nice high-resolution text if I want it. I could also not want it. That's also fine. I'm still not actually sure what kind of visual style I'm going for this game, so I'll figure it out when I get there. Playing around with retro aesthetic, but it doesn't mean I'm actually going to use it. I might just go for some sort of general kind of low poly stylized aesthetic. Play to your strengths. That's what I say. My strengths are not character modeling or 3D modeling in general. Nah, that's not what I'm great at. I'm not gonna say I'm like the worst or anything, it's just clearly have a lot of room to improve. A lot of room. I'm going to pass a signal. Let's just make a new autoload script. I'm going to call it signal bus. I have an idea for making this a bit less of a mess. Because, you know, there's a lot of people know about, oh yeah, make another autoload script where you put a bunch of signals, and that's how you can communicate with stuff. Just sort of however you want. But you can very quickly get a lot of signals kind of bloating the project. So I'm thinking of doing need Okay, so here's what I can do. Class, scene, so, scenes. And that has its signal. So now, say I wanted to, okay, I want to go to the signal bus. And what do I do? To get the thing, I have to go scenes, and then well, it should work. It's what I want it to do. Can inner classes do signals? Is that a thing? They should. I feel like they should. There's nothing about it on this page, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to find out. I'm gonna see if this is sort of really feasible later. I believe it's going to have to be time for me to close off the stream in a moment. And make another signal. Bubble select. Requested. I don't need press. I like putting them there. It feels complete, you know. It's just nice. I like it being good. That's the whole deal. I am going to end off the stream here. Unfortunately, I still don't have any kind of consistent schedule because I work in food service again. So I just can't have a consistent schedule. I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed to have a consistent schedule. So these streams are going to happen when they're going to happen, and that's going to be how it is for a while. So yeah. That's going to do it for tonight. Probably keep working on this for a bit off stream, but I need to be ready to do something else pretty soon. So, so thank you all for watching. If you're on YouTube, check the description for links to my Twitch if you prefer watching there. And you got the Twitter, Mastodon, Discord server, itch.io if you want to check out any of the games released. They're all tiny and not very polished, but there's something. If you want to support me at all, right now your only method is to just give me money for one of my games on itch. You don't have to play them, but I greatly appreciate it if you do. If you're on Twitch, then I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure I don't have my itch.io page linked on Twitch. I should probably fix that. But I haven't. I'm gonna double check. Yep, I have not put it on my Twitch page. I should really do that. It's itch.io / ZetCipher, I think. I mean, you'd hope I'd know, but I don't. Double check this. ZetCipher90.itch.io. It's there you go. Also on my Twitch, you know, if you scroll down, I've got the Discord, YouTube, Twitter, Mastodon links. Check them out if you're interested in keeping up with what I've got going on. And yeah. Thank you all for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and I'll see y'all later.